What happened last night could shake the entire global energy market. Israel reportedly struck one of the largest gas fields in the world, a field shared by Iran and Qatar. And that's exactly the problem. Because while you're watching this, Iran is now threatening to attack energy infrastructure across the entire Middle East. If that happens, the world could face a massive energy shock. At the same time, the US has confirmed that the situation aboard the aircraft carrier, USS Gerald R. Ford, has become so critical that it may need to withdraw from the combat zone. And as if that wasn't enough, new reports have emerged about nuclear capabilities involving Iran and North Korea, raising serious concerns. Let's start with the gas field. Reports say that a major gas field, one of the most important in the world, is now on fire after a strike. This field is jointly used by Iran and Qatar, but with one key difference. Iran mainly uses it for domestic supply, while Qatar exports gas from this field globally. And here's why this matters. This single field contains around 20% of the world's natural gas reserves. If production is disrupted, the impact on global energy markets could be massive. But that was just the beginning. Iran has now announced retaliation. According to reports, Iranian officials have warned that if their energy infrastructure is attacked, they will respond by targeting oil and gas facilities across the Gulf region. This includes infrastructure in countries like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar. Reports mention potential targets such as major refineries in Saudi Arabia, gas fields in the UAE, petrochemical complexes in multiple Gulf states. The message is clear. If Iran's energy sector is hit, the entire region's energy network could become a target. The strategy behind this is straightforward. Iran appears to be trying to increase pressure on global energy markets, hoping that rising prices will force major powers, including the US, Europe, and China, to push for de-escalation. Either the Gulf states reduce their involvement or global economic pressure forces political decisions. But in any case, the consequences would be felt worldwide. Meanwhile, Donald Trump was asked whether he fears a long, drawn-out conflict similar to Vietnam. He responded, no. Some analysts see this as a sign that the US may be prepared for a longer and more complex conflict. At the same time, new intelligence assessments have been presented in Washington. Officials warn that countries such as China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, and Pakistan are developing advanced missile systems capable of carrying nuclear or conventional warheads. Some of these systems are designed to bypass missile defense systems, increasing the risk to major powers. North Korea, for example, already possesses intercontinental ballistic missiles capable of reaching US territory. And now we come to one of the most concerning developments. The World Health Organization, WHO, has reportedly begun preparing for the possibility of a nuclear-related emergency in the region. This includes scenarios involving attacks on nuclear facilities, or even the use of nuclear weapons. Officials warn that such an event could have devastating consequences, not only for the region, but potentially for the entire world. Finally, let's talk about the USS Gerald R. Ford. According to reports, the aircraft carrier is facing serious internal issues after a major onboard fire. Hundreds of sailors are reportedly affected, with many lacking proper sleeping arrangements. There are also reports of sanitation system failures, including problems with toilets and wastewater systems. As a result, the US is now considering moving the carrier out of the active conflict zone toward Crete for repairs and stabilization. If confirmed, this would be a significant operational setback. So let's sum this up. A major gas field is hit. Iran threatens to target energy infrastructure across the Gulf. Global energy markets face serious risks. Military tensions continue to rise. And concerns about nuclear escalation are growing. The big question now is, will Iran actually carry out attacks on energy infrastructure across the region? And if that happens, could it trigger a global economic chain reaction? Write your opinion in the comments. And subscribe if you want to stay informed, because this situation is far from over.